Welcome back. Kids are getting ready to head back to school, but the startling reality is that 1 in 5 students will be going to school hungry. Paul Jones now is here joining us this morning to talk about what he is doing to help and how we can all help as well. So, Paul, thanks for joining us first off. We know you as a basketball analyst,
of course. Everybody thinks the Raptor season is still a long way.
Yeah, it's still a ways away, but in your past life, you were an elementary school teacher and a principal as well. Right. 22 years?
22 years in education. Wow. And it's striking to see what happens to kids when they come to school hungry. You talked about the Breakfast Club Canada findings. It said 1 in 5 kids come to school without breakfast. They come to school on an empty stomach. And teachers, Angus Reid did a survey, 400 teachers across Canada. So we're talking Angus Reid. It's not some fly-by-night survey where you get a couple local people. 400 teachers, and the results are ridiculous as to what nutrition does or how it helps kids in terms of learning. 93% of the teachers said that kids had better achievement when they had breakfast. And I always used to say that as a principal. When you come to the council meeting, when a parent is involved in a kid's life, they complete more homework, achievement is better, all of those things. Breakfast is very much the same way. 92% of teachers in that survey also reported that they have had to go out and help a kid that comes to school hungry.
Bring extra food, that kind of thing.
And they don't focus. You know, we talk about focus, especially I know this as a guy, you know, little boys especially. Yeah. They don't focus well. 132 minutes out of a 300-minute instructional day, that's about 44%, is lost in terms of learning when a kid comes to school without breakfast.
Right.
So project that from our school. My school was K to 8, but project it from K to 12. That's 5 years.
So tell us about this program now, because Kellogg Canada is helping out and donating proceeds of every cereal box.
You buy a box, they make a donation, and the program is to make sure that kids come to school with breakfast, and it can be something simple. Buy a couple boxes of cereal, keep them in the staff room or, you know, in the caretaker's office or somewhere, so kids can have something. And if they're not, you know, if they're lactose intolerant or can't have milk, have it dry, for crying out loud. Put something in your stomach. Right. And Kellogg's has really done a really good job with this, just to try to promote the awareness.
Okay, and you've seen it firsthand when the difference when someone is fed versus not.
Look, the principal, unfortunately, knows the bad kids and not the good kids, right? Yeah. You know, the ones that are in the office all the time. And from a personal standpoint, a lot of times, some of those kids, it just takes breakfast. They don't act out. Another number for you, and this is my numbers thing coming out from basketball. Yeah. Teachers reported 86% of the kids engage in some sort of peer conflict, which could lead to bullying. Why? They come to school without breakfast.
Right.
It's crazy.
Now, we have you here. We have to talk about basketball with the Raptors, of course.
Wait a minute. We got to talk about track and field first.
I was trying to divert it.
Kevin said I was over there tweeting. You're of Jamaican descent, right? Like me?
Yes.
Girl, 23 seconds for 100?
I know.
Like, that's a sundial. You're killing us.
Sundial.
We're supposed to be fast.
I know, okay. And I am sorry. I apologize.
But you did run in a dress. You did run in a dress.
I was in a dress, and I was in black dress socks. So I did pretty well considering. Yeah, but no, Winston clearly beat me. So yes, I will have to redeem myself for sure. Right. And I got to ask you about the Raptors just quickly.
Okay.
When you know, we have DeMar DeRozan and we have Kyle Lowry coming back with gold medals around their necks, playing for Team USA in the Olympics. How do you think it's going to change their play coming up in the next season?
You know what? I think it will help the team, because what it does is they're with basically the best players on all the other teams. It earns you some respect, and it's kind of like sharing best practices. You get to see how Paul George works out and what makes him good. You get to see what makes Kevin Durant so good. All of those things will come back with Lowry and DeRozan, who are all-stars themselves, and they'll share that with their guys, too.
All right, so we're looking forward to that and seeing you in the upcoming season. Of course, for more information, you can head to breakfasttelevision.ca. We'll send it up to Kevin for now.
I think we need to clarify, though, Paul. I'm not sure if it was 23 seconds for Tammy. I think it was 23 seconds for Winston, who crossed the finish line and then turned around to look at Tammy we still hadn't crossed it.
So what Kevin is saying is Tammy didn't win a silver. You won like a zinc or something.
I
Like a tin.
Copper. Is that copper? Yeah, I want a copper.
It was
Jamaica
rust.
bauxite.
Zinc.